January the 28th. Reptiles and amphibians. Reptiles and amphibians are cold-blooded, meaning that hibernation this month is obligatory. There are rare sightings of frogs in mild winters, but more often now they are encountered in a glass-like state in their place of hibernation, if their place of hibernation is accidentally disturbed. Large numbers can occasionally be found in this condition near ponds. Others prefer to spend the month buried in mud at the bottom of a pond, although boggy areas and even drains are sometimes preferred. Newts are more terrestrial altogether and can be encountered in dead vegetation, their limbs now brittle with the cold. Compost heaps are best left undisturbed, as these are often the winter quarters of choice for a host of other animals. Fish. This is the time when pike are at their most ferocious. They will lie in wait among vegetation near shoals of smaller fish such as chub. Here they will remain ready to devour any unfortunate that strays too near. They can even be seen in shallow, clear rivers such as the River Derwent, as long as the water is not moving too rapidly. The rivers Lee, Mole and Cray are also worth investigating. Quiet bridges over such rivers are good places to look, as the pike sometimes lie in full view, motionless except for a slightly moving tail. Here they will remain perfectly camouflaged among the stones, except for that hauntingly large eye. They are olive brown with green mottling and pale lemon spots on their sides. When young they are called jackpike, then pickerels before becoming pike, and finally luce. Pickerels used to be kept as pets in aquaria, where they became tame enough to touch. They were much more highly prized in medieval London, where they were worth twice the price of a salmon and 10 times that of a turbot. Also called water wolves, they have a famous appetite which has been known to include whole mallards, moorhens, rats, and if one famous story is to be believed, even a child's hand. They are said to become only truly voracious when the water temperature rises to 5 degrees centigrade, at which point they will almost take anything. In the middle of the 19th century, one did attack a child at Ascot, and the fish was later found dead and brought to Windsor Castle. They can reach 70 pounds in weight and a massive 7 feet in length, although the largest caught around London are generally in the region of 25 pounds. The skull of a 53-pound luce is kept in the Natural History Museum collection. Other coarse fish, for example roach, may still be active, even occasionally breaking the surface, and quite large fish always seem to be present as you look over the bridge at the entrance of Mordenhall Garden Centre. Carp and tench are likely to be lying possibly beside each other in a still torpid state in the ooze at the bottom of a lake. Invertebrates. Many land invertebrates are not really seen this month, particularly if they have retreated into deeper soil to get away from the cold. However, you only have to watch gulls following tractors, waders pushing their beaks into mud, or even blackbirds lifting leaves in the garden to realize there are quite enough invertebrates about to get all these creatures through the winter. By now, many fallen leaves are black and slimy due to the combined action of bacteria and fungi. Rain has also played its part in leaching out various unpalatable chemicals such as tannins. The result is an excellent food source for active invertebrates such as earthworms, slugs, and their predators, centipedes and ground beetles. In the soil column itself, there are always seething masses of microscopic nematodes, larvae, mites, potworms, springtails, and protozoa, all busy leading their lives in the thin film of water that surrounds soil particles. Woodlice are one of the most common invertebrates to be found. Lift any stone, rotting piece of wood, or dig into a pile of decaying leaves, and you are likely to see them scurrying away even in January. They have a varied diet of dead wood, dead leaves, occasionally animal matter, and even each other if they have just molted. Gardeners dislike them due to their habit of nibbling roots, vegetables, and seedlings. Toads and shrews are known to enjoy eating them, but many other animals do not, possibly due to their unpleasant secretions. Their numbers can be explained by several broods a year of up to 100 eggs a time. In London, we tend to see only 5 different species. The most common is likely to be the common woodlouse, Aniscus ocellus, which is flat, shiny, mottled grey and has a tendency to remain attached to the surface that you find it on. Although woodlice can vary a lot in colour, if you do find one that is a deeper slate grey with orange bases to its antennae, it is likely to be Porcellus scabies. It is equally as common as Aniscus but tends to prefer drier areas. 3 other species that are well distributed and can all be found on Book and Common are Trichoniscus ptillis. Philoscia first is our most common small woodlouse. The first is our most common small woodlouse. It is usually a mottled reddish brown, with the males a little darker than the females. Philoscia is a little slimmer than most, with a dark brown head and a dark stripe along the length of its body. Trachylippus has 3 distinct stripes. The easiest of all to recognize is the pill woodlice, Armadillidium vulgare. It has the habit of immediately curling up into a perfectly round, shiny ball when disturbed. It used to be taken as a pill, much as we take medicinal pills today. The belief was that it cured liver complaints in both animals and humans. It comes as little surprise that such common harmless creatures have been given over 200 local names, with many amusing ones such as cheesy bobs from Surrey, monkey peas Kent, parton pigs Gloucestershire, fairies pigs Lancashire, coffin cutters in Ireland, chooky pigs Dorset, and toe biters in London. 3 other species that are well distributed and can all be found on Book and Common are Trichoniscus pusillus, Philoscia musconum, and Trachelipus rathkii. The first is our most common small woodlouse. It is usually a mottled reddish brown, with the males a little darker than the females. Philoscia is a little slimmer than most, with a dark brown head and dark stripe along the length of its body. Trachylippus has 3 distinct stripes and is usually a yellowish grey. The easiest of all to recognize is the pill woodlouse, Armadillidium vulgare. It has the habit of immediately curling up into a perfectly round, shiny ball when disturbed. It used to be taken as a pill, much as we take medicinal pills today. The belief was that it cured liver complaints in both animals and humans. It comes as little surprise that such common harmless creatures have been given over 200 local names, with many amusing ones such as cheesy bobs in Surrey, monkey peas Kent, parson pigs Gloucestershire, fairies pigs in Lancashire, coffin cutters in Ireland, and chooky pigs in Dorset, and toe biters in London.